Crude Communication. Extracted Insights from the Oilfield for Improving Collaboration. By Travis McCoy. Read to you by James Frummel. Dedication. To Ashley, River, Hattie, Jude, and Eden. I love you. To anyone who has ever tried to understand me, thank you. If you think you're in this book, you are. Note to readers. Let me be direct. Are you ready to try out something different? Whether you're still trying to find your hard hat or you've got a desk full of been there, done that stickers, this is your backstage pass to improving your communication game. This book is for those who are hungry for better teams, smoother conversations, and the ascent of the corporate ladder. It's for the field hands, the foremen, the new interns, and the brave souls dipping their toes into roustabouting. If you've been idly waiting for someone in HR to whisk you away to a communication training seminar, stop. You can start elevating your skills now. I'm not here to drown you in corporate speak. Crude Communication is authentic, serving up stories and tips from oil and gas veterans straight out of the industry. This is the stuff I wish someone had told me early in my career. Consider it your industry shortcut. This book might not be for you. If change makes you uneasy, if you believe you've got communication down to an art or are stubbornly committed to learning the hard way, who am I to stop you? But let's be real. If you're looking to jumpstart your career, be a team player from the start, and maybe even have a bit of fun along the way, this book is your no-nonsense guide to becoming the professional you never knew you could be. Consider this note as your personal invitation. It's time to go to work. Introduction. I began my professional journey not on the roaring platforms of Alaska, but in a seafood processing plant. A typical job for Alaska's youth, where loud pneumatic heading and gutting machines ruthlessly severed salmon heads. Psh, ka-chunk, psh, ka-chunk. The sound was relentless, and so was the danger. Safety protocols were scant, and my well-being relied on instinct to steer clear of the machinery's lethal grasp, guided by the wisdom of the more seasoned team members who looked out for one another. Once I moved to the oil field, everything changed. I still recall the first startling bong, bong of an alarm blaring over the platform, followed by a thunderous rumble as the gas in the system went to flare. I thought the building was on fire and rushed to the control room. "What's happening?" I shouted. "Oh, the high-stage compressor went down," came the calm reply. "John is on it. Go help Sam bring the wells back on." This world was dangerous, yet everyone had an uncanny calmness. Not because there was no danger, but because their understanding and experience prepared them for that danger. This shared understanding formed a foundation, reinforcing the belief that, at its core, communication is a human instinct. It's allowed us to forge alliances and develop technology to outwit the fiercest predators. Without communication, we would have never survived. Good communication helps us get what we need and want. It advances society technologically, intellectually, and even spiritually. Good communication is life-changing and world-changing. Being an effective communicator is both a practical and developmental asset. As I worked in the oil field, communication evolved into a survival tool. I learned safety protocols, the importance of accurate record-keeping, and how hiding mistakes could lead to catastrophe. It was not merely about following formalities, but realizing that the ambiguous spaces between roles and responsibilities often demanded open dialogue and a level of communication skills I'd never considered. Even after 10 years of working on an oil and gas platform in Alaska's icy oceans, challenges persist. How can we build cooperative work environments? How do we manage disagreements and have the courage to have difficult conversations? How do we communicate clearly in challenging settings? How can we use our words to fuel motivation? You don't have to be a plant manager to ask these questions or seek answers. In fact, as plant workers facing the dangers and consequences of poor communication every day, we can make invaluable contributions to creating a more fruitful, enjoyable, safe, and productive work environment. Through personal anecdotes, I will summarize the essence of effective communication in the oil and gas industry. Together, we'll explore breaking down barriers, nurturing trust, emphasizing collaboration, and proving that working together equals working safely. This book is designed to help you master the art of communication. Regardless of your communication style or stage of life, I applaud you for showing up. You are investing in learning this essential human skill that will ultimately help you progress in your life and career. You are taking an important step toward making the industry we love safer, more respected, more enjoyable, and more efficient. Let's embark on this journey together. Chapter 1. Fostering Trust. Building Cooperative Work Environments. Working together is working better. "Hands off until you talk to me first," asserted the board operator, drawing an invisible line of control around his territory. "That's my valve, and that's my compressor." Unmoved by the warning, the instrument tech answered, "I'm the instrument tech. I'll touch anything I damn well please." Tension gripped the air in the control room on Alaska's Arctic slope. It was another ordinary shift, with 2 board operators surveying their kingdom of 16 monitors, from which they reigned over a deceptively serene but intricately tangled operation that gushed out 20,000 barrels of oil a day. They relied on the 4 field operators, engaged in the routine tasks of day-to-day activities, to be the tangible extensions of their electronic oversight, the eyes, ears, and hands of this industrial beast. At that moment, the team's attention was fixed on the gas lift compressor. This mechanical giant compressed gas to high pressure, injecting it into the oil well, making it lighter, similar to blowing bubbles into chocolate milk. This process reduces the fluid's density and allows the natural pressure in the reservoir to push the black liquid to the surface. Suddenly, the compressor began to slow, and the suction pressure began to back up. "What the hell are you guys doing out there?" the board operator's voice crackled through the radio. "Nothing, just checking on the coolers," came the reply. "Oh, the instrument tech is in the turbine room." "What's he doing in there?" "Think he's checking the recycle valve on the compressor." Cue the heated discussion. The instrument tech was summoned to the control room along with the foreman. The tech quickly learned the hard way that he was not to lay a finger on anything without the board operator's permission and an official permit for working in the area. Frustrated, he stormed out of the control room and back to the maintenance shop. With a complex facility spanning many acres and many stories in all directions, the need to communicate work is essential to keeping people safe and working efficiently and preventing unexpected downtime. By not using a permit, personnel in one location can be completely unaware of people attempting to complete work in another. A permit is used to identify not only the hazards associated with your task, but also secondary hazards with others' work going on in the same area. Most importantly, and at the very least, a permit is a communication tool, as people are expected to understand the job scope while authorizing the permit. The role of permits. Communication is not solely about speaking. Depending on the task, obtaining a permit is mandatory. Coordination is necessary to avoid simultaneous operation conflicts. A permit is not just paperwork. It is an in-depth summary of the intended work, a blueprint, laying out how potential hazards will be tackled. The permit is then passed to company authorities who examine whether all the risks have been adequately assessed. Only after the local operator, board operator, or a lead operator has signed the permit can work proceed as planned. Problems arise when people underestimate the need for a permit. Are you using a tool? I joke with colleagues. Yes. Okay, well, you need a permit then. This might sound overly strict, but miscommunication can lead to costly and dangerous situations, such as the one we faced when our electrician was servicing the pressure transmitter on the oil beam tank, a large vessel where oil flows after production. That day, he was up on the tank, 30 feet high, standing on a homemade metal ladder, working in a dirty and cramped space.